Oh my god! Price of only a cup. Bro! Time to come out. Whoa. Easy there, but oh my. It took me 6 years to finally be able to own my dream geckos that also just so happen to be the world's largest gecko that you can own. And today I'm going to tell you how exactly I was able to pull that off. Stick around, we are going to be showing some absolutely amazing geckos and the story behind what it took to get them in this collection. Let's get into it. My journey starts out like so many people, a kid with a couple of crested geckos with a dream of owning the world's largest gecko. However, with a price tag of over 4 digits, it seems almost impossible for a small fry like me to be able to afford an animal like that. That is when old Dakota got to work. No, not like the job kind, because a 9 to 5 and you know, this doesn't mix very well. No, I started getting to work breeding geckos. Look at this. Didn't know you don't breed geckos, you plant gecko seeds into moss and they grow little geckos out. This one's just a head, but soon it'll produce an actual gecko. There we go. Before Dakota Blue Exotics was actually a thing, I was breeding geckos just as a hobby. Pebbles right here was one of my first ones. Pebble was somewhere around 8 to 9, maybe 10 years old at this point. She has been with us for a while. I got her as a sub-adult gecko and she was one of the first girls I ever paired. And that is where the story begins. Old Dakota pairing Pebbles right here and making Tiger Dalmatians, getting to the goal of course, the biggest gecko. Now fast forward a couple of years and now we're making some geckos, growing our own geckos out to be able to breed, like these geckos right here, Phoenix and Galaxy. These are both Dakota Blue Exotics geckos that I've grown out from my very first clutches that are now producing babies of their very own. At this point, we're making some good money. Not a lot of money, but a good amount of money, and definitely enough to be able to afford these lychianus. So the next step was, who do I go for, and what lychee pair do I really want? Of course, the plan this whole time was to breed. I'm a reptile breeder, specifically a gecko breeder. More specifically, mostly a New Caledonian gecko breeder, so it only made sense to get a lychianus pair going forward. Truth be told, the idea was actually to grow out some babies, really get to understand the lychianus and how that goes. However, of course then, my good buddy Richie gave me an offer I definitely could not refuse. Oh, why? Do it for the content. Do it for the content. This was a sub-adult pair of GTX lychianus for the cool price of only a Bro, why? Oh, it smells. Cool price of only a couple $1,000s. This was a deal I could not refuse, so I started saving up my money until I was finally able to afford that pair. Yeah, just shit and then walk over my arm. Fantastic. Okay, let's put you guys up now. This was fun. And now here we are, just a couple of months ago, gearing up for the Flora Fauna show where I know my buddy's going to be and those lychees are going to be. We packed up some of our best Super Dalmatians in order to sell, in order to meet the rest of the hold that I had. Boys and girls, well, I let you know, we blew it out of the park with that show. Flora Fauna was my absolute best show. I made more than enough money and those lychees came home with me that day. And the funny thing about this story is when I first got these geckos, my buddy warned me. He said, Dakota, these are GT crosses, they got a bit of an attitude. The female's okay, but the male is an asshole. To myself, I deal with tokays for 4 or 5 years. How bad can they be? And they were actually like no problems whatsoever for like the months I had them. Until I moved to this new place and set them up in these enclosures. And now, well, I'll show you. Real quick guys, before we continue on with the video, I just want to give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor, Zen Habitats. Zen Habitats is a company that makes custom-made enclosures for your reptiles. These enclosures come in a variety of different sizes, starting as small as something like a 2x2x2 all the way up to a 4x2x4. But in my opinion, the best part about Zen Habitats is going to be the customability you have. See, with Zen Habitats, they have what they call extension kits, which means this 4x2x4 and this 4x2x4 can be combined and then making a 4x4x4. The possibilities of different sizes are absolutely endless. I guess as long as your parameter is at least 2 feet. But other than that, I mean, you can make them as big as you want to go. You want a 20 by 10 by 12, go for it, as long as you get the Zen habitats. And really, I think the best selling point for Zen habitats is going to be their fast shipping. Now, when you talk about other PVC companies or companies like Zen habitats, you're going to be waiting for 6 weeks to, in some cases, 7 months. I've waited for PVC Enclosure for 7 months. It's absolutely ridiculous. Not with Zen habitats. In their in-stock items, you can expect to get that enclosure within the week. What more can I say? Fast shipping, great enclosures at a great price. If you guys want to check out some more information about Zen habitats, I have my link right down there in the description. Your boy gets a small cutback if you do. I very much appreciate it. Let's get back into the video. All right, let's open this bad boy up. We'll move the little pothos plant. I give all my fancy geckos fancy pothos plants because why not? Oh, that wasn't that hard at all. Now, boys and girls, I'd like you to meet our first lychianus. Now, this is going to be a female GTX lychee. Absolutely fantastic. Honestly, to me, I like the female a lot more than the male. I think she has an absolutely stunning pattern. Just take a look at that polka dots going on, the white spotting. She looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, the best part of this is she will be ready to breed in 2024. Potentially, she could technically be ready to breed right now, but we're so late in the season. By the time I got him, which was around like, I want to say like late April maybe, I just didn't really see it as being like something I wanted to do, right? I would rather grow these guys out just a little bit more, get the female a little bit more chunkier, put a little bit more size on her, and then next season start out right. This girl's absolutely amazing. Everything that I ever wanted in a lychianus. I mean, just incredible, man. Going from the polka dot pattern, just the size of this, and remember, this is the female. The male is quite bigger than she is. They're really cool. Some things I found that I really did not expect are really the two biggest things. Number one, lychees have claws. You know how like crested geckos don't really feel like they have claws, but like gargoyles and chihuahuas kind of do? Lychianus have that, but they're also like twice to 3 times the size of those animals. Their claws can actually hurt. They do puncture me from time to time. Luckily, this female isn't really like wanting to climb up on me. She just seemed to try to jump or something. I need a big boing sound effect. Or just kind of like walk around. Claws do hurt. They are a little bit sharp, but nothing that like you can't handle. I mean, I've handled Argus monitors and different monitor lizards for so long that like this isn't really the case, but honestly, I did not expect them to be as sharp as they are. Second thing I will say is these guys have a nickname that I did not know about until I started owning them. It's called leaking lychees because their poop, oh my god, their poop. You thought that crested gecko a little bit earlier was bad? No, these guys' poops are awful. The worst New Caledonian poops I have ever smelled in my entire life. Oh my god, no! I can't even be that upset at it because the timing of that thing could not have been more perfect. That was just, you can't even be that upset. I smell like gecko poop now, like leaking lychee poop, but the comedic timing was just too good. I'm gonna let it slide on that girl for this time. We saw the girls, and then one more gecko to talk about, and that of course is the male lychianus. First, I'm gonna clean up a little bit more and put on some gloves because this guy, well, you're about to find out. Now, the female we saw really was not that bad with getting her out. However, my buddy was right. The male, he is a different story, and you're about to find out why. I guess first things first, we gotta find him. I don't really see him right now. Oh my god. Brother, we got to come meet. How do I get you out? Okay. Hello, friend. Time to come out. Whoa. Easy there, but oh my god. Come on, buddy. Come. Let me just. All right, buddy. Come along. Here we have it, the end of this saga. This is going to be the male lychianus. Just look at the size of this GT Cross male. This is a big gecko, boys and girls. Of course, that is where they get their name, the lychianus, or the giant mossy gecko. What are they? Where they're a big gecko. Look at this thing. Absolutely fantastic, and I'm only a little bit scared that's gonna poop on me. So when every other one poops on you, you only expect that this one's also gonna do that. Absolutely fantastic. This guy is incredible, man. I cannot wait for 2024 to try our attempt at breeding lychianus. I know people say it can be very difficult. It's definitely a level up up from just your standard new cal breeding. However, I feel like if I can breed tokay geckos and chihuahua geckos and things of that nature, I shouldn't have too big of a problem breeding lychianus, but of course, only time will tell. One thing's for sure, even if they have a nasty attitude that I did not expect when I first got them, I am absolutely still in love with these guys and cannot wait to get more lychianus here at Dakota Blue Exotics. Boys and girls, while that may be the end of the chapter, it is definitely not the end of the story. I can already picture around this time next year in 2024 of us making videos about hatching little tiny lychianus babies and watching them grow into giants like the geckos we just showed off. If that wasn't enough lychianus content for you, I highly recommend checking out this video right here of when we first unboxed our lychianus geckos, or maybe if you want more new cal content, this playlist would be perfect for you. And as always, if you guys made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to follow us over here at Dakota Blue Exotics. I will see you guys next time, but until then, goodbye.